Hey, what's going on, cats and chicks? It's Kevin the Grease here. It's also known as Slickback Rocker. So I figured today is the anniversary of Elvis Aaron Presley's death. So I figured what I would do is I would show off my Elvis stuff from what I own. Alright? I own some Elvis stuff, so I figured I'd show what I got, to honor Elvis Presley and his career and what he did with rock and roll. And all other stuff. You dig? Oh yeah. If you haven't, follow me on the Instagram, Slickback Rocker, in case you don't know. Follow me on the Facebook, all that other stuff. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so first thing I'm going to show you for my Elvis Presley stuff is I actually own an Elvis Presley poster. It's actually behind me. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what that is right now. Go ahead and move my camera real quick. As you can see, there's my Elvis Presley poster in the background. Okay? So, that's the first thing I'm going to show you is the poster. Okay? Alright, let's get into my actual other things. Alright? Let's get into it, shall we? Alright. So, I'm going to go through books first and magazines before I get into CDs and other things that I own that's Elvis Presley related. So, let's go ahead and get to that, shall we? So, one of the first and only Elvis books I own is actually Elvis Presley magazine. It's called The Complete Story of Elvis and the Colonel. Probably pronounced that wrong, but yeah. Now, if you wonder where I got this from Target for about 12 bucks. Let me see the price tag. Yeah, $12.99 in US dollars. So, about 13 bucks plus tax, obviously, too. And pretty much what this is pretty much what it says, okay? It tells about Elvis Presley. As you can see, I'll show some pictures here. It talks about Elvis Presley through the years and how he was with his manager, and how he, did singing through all those years to like the 70s and whatnot, man. That's pretty much what this magazine's about. It's got cool pictures, interesting stuff to read about, That's what this kind of magazine is pretty much about. So, yeah, there's my Elvis Presley magazine. The only Elvis Presley magazine that I own is this one. One more time, here's the front, there's the side, and there's the back of the magazine, okay? Alright, next up, this book does include Elvis Presley, so I figured might as well include it. If it's got Elvis Presley in it, it counts as Elvis to me, alright? And that is this book I got a few weeks ago called Good Rockin' Tonight. It pretty much has to do with Sun Records and all the people who worked at the Sun Records, including Elvis Presley. As you can see him right there. And then him right there on this other side as well. It also includes people like Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, that whole deal is also in this book. But considering we're doing an Elvis themed video, I figured I'd talk about Elvis. So there's Elvis right there on that side. And there's Elvis when he recorded his first song when going to Sun Records in Memphis and recording his first song, which I believe was called That's Alright Mama. Or That's Alright, either one, I don't know. But yeah, that was when he recorded his first song back in Sun Records, the record company. Which, yeah, so there's that. Alright, so, you're probably wondering yourself, what are we going to go to next? Well, haven't really thought about that. I figured we could go through music that I have that's Elvis Presley. So records, CDs, cassettes, all that stuff that's Elvis Presley, we're going to be going through next. You guys did? Hope you liked the video so far. Anyways, let's get to it, shall we? Alright, we're going to start with records, considering that's the oldest form of music back in the day was records. So, we're going to go ahead and go through records here. Alright, so first off, this is the first Elvis Presley record I ever bought. And it's actually one of my first records I ever bought from the 50s, that time period, is the Elvis Presley Golden Record. Okay, this includes a lot of good songs like Hound Dog, All Shook Up, Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock, and a lot of other good Elvis Presley songs are on this record. And the record itself does have a gold color to it, so That's why it's called gold records, because it's hits and, you know, big time songs that are by Elvis Presley that he wrote. So there's the front. I'm not going to open the record because that would take too much time. I would have to, you know, take the plastic sleeve off and open up the record itself. It would just take too much time. I'm not going to do that much. But I'm going to show you the front and back. So there's that one. Alright, next up. This is actually my oldest record that I own in all of my records. And that would be the Elvis Presley Sings Christmas Songs. It's pretty much Elvis Presley singing Christmas songs. But yeah, this is my oldest record, fun fact, that I actually own. Okay? But yeah, as you can see, it's not in the best of shape because, here's the thing. Fun fact about this record, I didn't own this record before. Someone else owned this record before I bought it. And clearly they didn't take good care of it, so that's why it looks like the way it does. Okay? But the record's still in good shape. It still plays. I tested it out. Record still plays. It's just the front and sides are a little bit, you know, messed up. Other than that, this thing was perfectly fine. So there is Elvis Presley Sings Christmas Songs, my oldest record in my record collection. Alright, we're doing good? Alright, let's move on. Some 60s Elvis Presley. And that would be Elvis, probably gonna say this wrong, Fun in Acapulco. I don't know how to say that really, but yeah. So Elvis from the 60s, some 60s Elvis Presley. Alright, so there's the front of this record. I don't know if you can really see the side, but there's the side in yellow lettering. And there's the back of the record, just... Alright. But yeah, there's that Elvis Presley record. Alright. Let's go ahead and move on now to some 70s Elvis Presley records, because that's the only 60s record that I own from that time period, from the 60s, was that one. Alright. So next up, this is one of my newest Elvis Presley records, which would be this one. Haven't played it yet, haven't tested it out, don't know how it sounds. Don't really recall some of these songs, but yeah. There's the back. Alright, a few more records, then we can move on, because that'll be all my records. Then we can move on to CDs and whatnot. Alright, this is Elvis Presley Sings Hits from Movies. So movie hits are on this record. So hits from movies are on this record itself. So that's what this record is. It's just movie hits that he wrote. They're on that record, so yeah. Next up, you have Elvis Separate Ways on record. Alright, next up, we have one of my other newest Elvis Presley records, Burning Love, all hits and movies, another hits and movies records from Elvis Presley here. It's got that old record feel to it. So, almost done with records, guys. A few more records left that I own that are Elvis Presley related, then we can move on to other stuff. Alright, next up we have Elvis Presley Pure Gold. This one's obviously really old because you can see the record marking on the record itself. I don't know if you can see that, but if you can clearly see the record marking on the record casing itself. That's how you can tell how old this thing is. So, I got this one sleeved in a case because I like sleeving on my records. I didn't sleeve those one Elvis Presley records just because I didn't have any more sleeves. And I still don't have any more sleeves. You have to get some more soon. Alright, two more records. Next up, Elvis in Concert. This is a live Elvis Presley record, singing live songs, live performance by Elvis Presley. So there's the front. I don't know if this is rapping or what this is, but I kind of kept it in it ever since I played this thing. So, yeah, I guess keep it here, I guess, until there's 5 more sleeves. Alright, guys, last Elvis Presley record that I own is Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. Yeah. Again, I don't have some of these in sleeves because I don't have any more sleeves right now. So, there's the front. There's the back. Alright, records are done with, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to something else other than records and books and all the other stuff. So, the next performance of music was cassette players and cassettes. So, let's go ahead and talk about cassettes, why don't we? So, I do have Elvis Presley cassettes. We can go through those. So here we have Elvis Presley, Elvis Country. This is Elvis Presley's country stuff. Well, there that goes. My bad. So, as you can see, all of Elvis Presley's country stuff on cassette. There's the back. So, next up, we have, this is one of my favorite Elvis Presley cassettes that I own. It's Elvis 50 Years, 50 Hits. There's the front. Back. Next up, this is a mixture between Elvis Presley, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, and some other 50s artists combined in one cassette. So pretty much music from the 50s, but there's different artists in there, and not just Elvis Presley. But it's Elvis Presley because it's got him on there, so I'm counting it. So as you can see, Chuck Berry, Buddy Holly, Elvis Presley on the front cover. There's some other 50s artists that I'm not sure of, but that's the ones I know from what I see. All right, next up, you have some Christmas Elvis Presley on cassette. So we got on record and cassette. There's some Christmas Elvis Presley on cassette. Listen to this during the holidays, obviously. Some Elvis Presley songs are good to listen to whenever, but I save those for holidays, honestly. And this Elvis Presley cassette doesn't even have a case for it, but I forgot I put it in a blank cassette holder because I didn't have a sleeve for it or anything, but this one's obviously just has the record in it. Alright, 3 more cassettes, and we'll move on to CDs, guys. Next up, we have Elvis Presley, You Never Walk Alone. Obviously, a little bit more modern 70s cassette, featuring 70s Elvis Presley songs. Alright, next up, we have Elvis Presley's Legendary Performer. 70 songs, but there are some good songs on here, guys, like Jailhouse Rock, Blue Suede Shoes. A lot of other good songs are on this cassette. I don't have cassette 1, I only have cassette 2, so bear with me until I can get my hands on that. But until then, I have cassette 1, or not cassette 1, cassette 2, my bad, for this cassette. So there's the front, there's the back. One more cassette, guys, and that would be my other Elvis Presley cassette that features Christmas songs as well. So there's the front. Very basic front, you know. Nothing too special about the front. There's the back of the cassette. Alright, guys. And there goes all the cassettes. Dropping a lot of shit in this video. Hold on. I think only one cassette fell from that, so that's good. Alright, cats and chicks, let's go ahead and move on to CDs that I own that's Elvis Presley. Alright, so for CDs, I only own a huge box full of Elvis Presley CDs. And that would be the Elvis Presley movie soundtracks, 20 original albums on CD. So some of these you'll know from me having them on record, like, well, I'll show you what it looks like. So there's the front of the box, as you can see. Whole ton of Elvis songs in here from movies. So if you don't have a record player and you have a CD player and you like Elvis, this would be perfect for you right here. And I'm going to go ahead and open up the box too. They made a Beatles one like this as well, but I do not own the Beatles version. I just own the Elvis Presley version because that's the one I got for Christmas. So as you can see, they look the same, just showing the album covers. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy, why don't we though? So there's the top. And here are the CDs. Look at all those Elvis Presley CDs. Look at that. It's kind of like a little record holder, but for CDs. It's like a CD record holder. That's what it kind of looks like. So you got hit songs like Loving You. This is a really good picture of Elvis, man. It's a very awesome picture of him. It's got songs like Loving You on it from movies, and Jailhouse Rock, one of my favorite Elvis Presley songs of all time. I'm not going to go through all of these because there's a lot of them, but just name a few. Trouble as well, like, you know, if you know Elvis Presley, you know the song Trouble. And some of his 60s stuff and whatnot, 70s stuff, all in here. Very great Christmas gift, man. I'm going to start listening to these because I never really listened to them too much because I've been using the record player, but I'm going to give these a try and start listening to them, man. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Alright, guys, we're almost done with my Elvis Presley stuff. Like I said, not too much, just basic stuff that I own with Elvis Presley. I'm going to go ahead and move on, though. Alright, now let's move on to some Elvis Presley movies, why don't we? So this is the only VHS movie I own that's Elvis Presley, but the only problem is I don't own a VHS player, so I can't watch it even if I wanted to. And that would be Elvis, Frankie, and Johnny. I've never seen this movie before in my life, but I own it on VHS. As you can see, there's the front, side, and the back right there as well, other side. And here's the VHS inside. Alright. Alright. The other movie I own is this movie I found at Walmart, which would be the 7-movie Elvis Presley film collection. And it comes with its own little cover too, which I think is pretty neat. So the movies don't get wrecked or anything. It comes with its own little cover. Here is the front of the sleeve. I'll take the sleeve off so you guys can see the movie case itself. But here is the front. And here is the side of the sleeves. As you can see, 7 film collection. And if you're wondering where I got this from, got it at Walmart. I think they sold out of them, but they'll probably restock soon. I don't know. I don't work at Walmart, so I don't know. There's the other side as well. And take a look on the back. You have the movie names. Alright. Alright, so the movie names are Jailhouse Rock, Viva Las Vegas, Girl Happy, Spin Out, Elvis, That's the Way It Is, a little Elvis Tour, so it's called Elvis on Tour, and this is Elvis. So let's go ahead and take a look at the cover. And here is the cover of Elvis Presley and a 7-movie film collection. So yeah. I do own an Elvis mug, in case y'all are wondering, but I don't know where that's at. I think it's, oh wait, it's right here. I didn't even see that. I was hiding over here. But yeah, here is my Elvis Presley mug that I own. So there's that. I don't really drink out of mugs. Sometimes I'll drink out of this mug, just drink out of it, you know. But I don't really do it often, but there's my Elvis Presley mug. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much going to do it. That's all of my Elvis Presley stuff that I own. From cups, mugs, or whatever you want to call them. Cassettes, CDs, records, movies, books. That's kind of where my collection kind of ends. That's kind of all the Elvis Presley stuff I own. So, rest in peace, Elvis Aaron Presley. I got to give you credit, man. You are a tremendous music artist and movie actor. So, you know, you got to give credit where it's due, especially to someone like Elvis Presley, who's been, you know, doing it for a long time, from the 50s all the way to the 70s. You know, you got to give someone like that credit. And not only that, but you got to think Elvis Presley played in Vegas for 5 years. 5 years in the same place, doing 2 shows a night. So you got to give him credit for that as well. But anyways, that is all my Elvis Presley stuff. I figured, you know, I would do this video because of honoring Elvis Presley and him, you know, it being his 45th anniversary of his death. So I figured I would do my Elvis Presley stuff and a tour of it. So, hope you all cats, chicks, enjoyed. Like I said, follow me on the Instagram, Slickback Rocker, Facebook, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, so, hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you cats and chicks in the next video.